A day at Chester races wasn't just about the horses, it was a performance in itself. Meet the tipsters, tricksters, and unforgettable characters like Prince Monolulu, whose voice and outfits brought the streets alive.
Yeah.
when the races were on. And then with the race goers coming, very often they would get more coppers than they would
Yeah.
when they went. And that was another part of the entertainment.
Oh, jolly good.
The men, when they came for the racing, tipsters standing on the corners of the street shouting and telling you they got the winner of this. And one of the men who was at that time very popular was Prince Monolulu.
Yes.
And everyone knew him, of course, that went to the races, I mean, because he used to come here, he never missed a race. But the thing was that some of the other chap who were giving you entertainment, they would walk to the corner of a street, take off the jacket, throw it on the ground, and then put what appeared to be a pile of notes, pound notes, £50. There'd be one note on the top, and all the rest would be paper cut to that size, and rubber bands round. And very often they would be walking lame,
Yeah.
and one of the favourite expressions that this one said was, "Only for this injury I'd be riding today." And he was dressed up as a jockey, about 12 stone in weight. But it was all entertainment
Yeah.
of some kind or other. And of course there used to be some who would be doing conjuring.
Oh, yes.
So
Yeah.
they'd stand, that would be to draw attention to this chappie. As soon as they stopped the conjuring, then he would start his spiel about giving the tips, or selling the tips actually. And if you bought one of these tips on a paper, and then perhaps a companion would buy one, but it both be different. And the next day he'd be in the same place. "What did I give you yesterday? Anyone here bought one off me?" Well, there's sure to be one, because he gave every horse in the race. So yes, I got it. There you are now. I gave him the win. But he gave him all the rest as well, which were losers. But it was entertainment.
Yes.
Step right up! During race week, brave spectators could climb into the ring and test themselves against seasoned fighters. With a £5 prize at stake, it was a tough competition and rarely won.
There was nearly always at the race week, always a show for boxing. And there would be a number of men who would come onto a platform in the front, dressed as the modern boxer.
Yeah.
And there would be a number of pairs of boxing gloves on a rail outside, and they would challenge anyone in the crowd to go in.
Yeah.
And as you said, yes, I'll take him, and you name the one, they would throw you these boxing gloves, and then
Yeah.
you went to take your chance.
And what would you win?
Well,
if
you
you
would
beat him?
very little if you would, but sometimes it would be £5. But you didn't have much chance, because these were real, I wouldn't say especially good boxers, but
No.
they were real tough men,
Yeah.
and they could withstand a blow where perhaps the person gone in couldn't. And usually it was 3 rounds. If you could stick 3 rounds, it'd be £5 or something like that. Well, £5 was a fortune, but not many won it. The only one I ever saw when it was an amateur boxer from Northwich, and he was the North of England amateur at his weight,
Yeah.
and he chose a chap that was roughly the weight. Well, he'd got a lot more idea than the ordinary person of,
Yeah.
of boxing, real boxing, you know, the clever stuff,
Yeah.
moving away and
That's right, yeah.
feinting and catching the other chap. Anyway, he was the only one I ever saw to stay the 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Whether he received the £5 or not, I don't know, because had he done so, he would be no longer an amateur.
So you could go in and watch for nothing, or did you?
Oh
have to-
no, you have to pay.
have to pay,
that,
yeah.
that was the reason that they
Oh, I
had
see.
all the spiel outside.
From the racecourse to the riverbank, sport and gambling sometimes cross paths in unexpected ways. This tale of a police raid stretches all the way to Canada, with a rather surprising outcome.
And then, of course, you had Fred Tilson lived up there, the one time known boxer, professional boxer. He went to Canada, went to Winnipeg when he was about 16 or 17 years of age. There's a little story about him I'd like to tell you. He was, the police came and raided the gambling schools down here once. And one of the chaps jumped in the boat and went in the middle of the river, moored himself in the middle of the river. And the police tried to get him to come ashore and he wouldn't come. So they said, it's all right, we know who you are. Off they went, you see. But when the court case came up, they called for Fred Tilson. But Fred Tilson had been in Winnipeg for 6 months, so he couldn't possibly be him, could it?